Hey, friends! I'm super excited because I'm going to share with you today some of my Septum jewelry. And I'd like to just talk to you a little bit about the ways that these pieces of jewelry operate, like just the various, just to show you how they get inserted and how they get closed and how they stay in place, that kind of thing. And then just talk more about the pros and cons of each, maybe. Something like that. More of like an overview of jewelry. So I'll start with what I have in my nose right now, which is it's my favorite. I can't really explain why. I just think it's so unique looking. It's like a pincher. It's basically I'll take it out and show you, but it's like doesn't close. It's almost like a full ring, but it doesn't close right here in the middle. And the edges are a little sharp, and it just sits in my nose like this because in between there's like a straight bar, and I'll show it to you now. Please excuse me while I pick my nose. Basically, it because the bar is so straight, you have to find kind of the right angle to stick it in there into the skin flap. So I usually I will like stretch this part, the septum, down a little bit so that it has a little more room because otherwise it hurts a little bit to get it in. Yeah, so it's like it's a very small piece, and it just so happens that my nose seems to fit it, or it fits my nose perfectly. So, wow, okay, it's hard to hold it. It's basically a horseshoe, but it has that straight little part, and it even has little ears to hold to stay in place. You see it? Okay, maybe a little better. Yeah. So, and then I'm not gonna put put all of the various pieces into my nose because I don't want to get my nose all irritated and annoyed with me. But there's one piece of jewelry that's pretty unique, and I did make a video about how to insert it, so I can link it in the description. So if you are interested in seeing it, you can just click on it, and I'll show it to you in a little bit more detail on how to insert it. So first, I'm just gonna put this back in. The way I do it is I just sort of like find the right angle because my nose is narrow here, but wider here. I mean the septum is what I'm trying to say. I kind of hook it onto the bottom first. It's really tight, so it just stays in place. And then, oh wow, it found itself. It literally just like slid into place. Wow, okay, that was almost magical. It's almost like it was made for this video, although I did intend to show you how I normally wiggle it around. Anyway, now it's just in place. And if I reach in, I can feel the edges, the little ears, right, sitting like right there. So that's how it stays in place. I've only had it fall out once while I was blowing my nose. Um, and like I was really blowing my nose and I wasn't really paying attention and it just kind of popped out. But other than that, it's been in place, as a shower or sleep in it and dry my face, everything. Okay, so that was the pincher that I like to wear these days. Then I also have some clickers, and this is an example of a clicker. Um, it's like a regular clicker, so this part, the straight part, sits inside your septum, and it clicks up like this and closes. Um, I feel like so this part about closing and opening, that's what I always struggle with, because it pulls on that skin. The skin's very sensitive. It's very it's much thinner than the rest of the nose. So it gets a little sensitive. So I try to hold it in place, like from the bottom, like much stronger than I normally would before I open and close it, because otherwise it can pull on the skin. But other than that, it's not terribly hard to open and close. And after a while, you just learn to do it. I mean, it almost like it will become a little bit looser itself slightly. That's that. There's also there are these clickers that are that sort of try to appear like a segment ring, but it isn't. Personally, I would never even attempt to close and open the septum ring. Like you really need to hold it in place with a tool, and I don't like tools. Well, I mean, I do, but if like I have them readily available, like manicure scissors. Anyway, so this kind of thing is also a clicker because this part is attached and it operates like a clicker. And the biggest challenge is like making sure it aligns because right now you see it's not straight. And while you're inserting it into your nose, so even harder to find that angle to make sure that it closes all the way. Um, but it's not impossible. So you can just wiggle it around until it closes. I haven't even done it myself because I don't want to take too much time for it, but you get the point of how it works. Um, there are obviously also those horseshoe shaped septum jewelry that most people are familiar with because a lot of times that is used as a starter jewelry when you first get pierced. But there's also this version of it which is a little bit straighter. It's not a curve like almost like a circle. This is more of a what is this shape? I don't know. Help me out. Like a straighter. I don't know. I don't know. You get the point. It's straighter. Yeah. So it's not like normally it almost wants to become a circle. This is definitely not a circle. It's more like a small N shape. So same process. You unscrew usually one because why would you want to deal with two balls being unscrewed at the same time? You unscrew one ball, insert it, screw it back on. Good luck with that. I suck at it. Normally, if you wear gloves, surgical rubber gloves, it helps because it doesn't slip. Your fingers tend to get a little slippery, oily, or just moist. Anyway, so the last type of septum jewelry I'm going to show you is my favorite right after this one. It is slightly more involved, but it's really easy anyway. So that's the one that I already told you I've posted in a different video, so you can just watch it if you want to see it in more detail. I'll just explain the principle behind it. There's the type of jewelry called a retainer, where you may not want your septum jewelry to be showing out of your nose for whatever reason. So I can't tag this one in at all because it's really just like stuck right there. Can't move it back. But this I can. And this is a retainer. This one is also straight. There are oh Jesus. There are also some more rounded ones, but this one is very straight. I like this one. It doesn't move around as much. See, much the angles are more straight versus rounded. So what you would do is you would have this in your nose first, this retainer. So you just insert it and it just hangs down like this. And then you can also get this chain, which does not come with a retainer, but you can just buy it either a retainer on its own or a chain, but then you need to have a retainer already. But this chain, this was designed by J. Colby Smith, who is a New York / LA piercer. I just happened to have bought it from him when he first pierced my septum. Anyway, so this is what it looks like, and it just has two rings on either side that get hooked onto the edges, corners of this retainer, and magically it's going to stick out of your nose like it's sort of chained right through, but it isn't. So this is, imagine this on my septum. So it's really beautiful, in my opinion, very delicate piece of jewelry and my favorite. And I love to wear it whenever possible. These days I'm just wearing this because it's a little more subtle. Because I don't really like to hide my septum jewelry, but if it's so subtle, some people don't even notice. Anyway, that's my video for today. I hope you're enjoying your whatever season you're in, whatever month you're in, whatever time of day, and see you soon.